Hiya, let's talk about the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation. Revolution Pro is the newest brand from Revolution Beauty. It is a sort of professional range from Makeup Revolution. The price point is pretty much the same. This is their full cover camouflage foundation. There are 18 shades, each one costs £7, just £7. The Fast Base Stick Foundation, which I've reviewed, link below, is just £5. There are 18 shades in there as well. So while that is buildable, this claims to be very, very full coverage. It is a vegan, cruelty-free foundation. It is waterproof, claims to be transfer proof, and claims to hide blemishes, birthmarks, and even tattoos. So I'll be showing you if all that is true. Now it comes in this tube packaging, and for £7 you get 25 mils of product, not the standard 30 mils, but it's just £7. Come on, you can't go wrong. Now I understand from other reviews that the shade range is slightly different from the stick foundation. If you are F8 in the stick foundation, you need to go one shade above, one shade higher, because these are a shade paler than their corresponding shade numbers in the stick foundation. So I picked F10. I also read on reviews that this was pink, F10 was pink, and I had the heebie-jeebies for a long time while awaiting my package, because I am very, very yellow toned, particularly on certain days. And thankfully, this is yellow toned on me, and I think it is a perfect shade match. You'll see a demo very soon. Now, Revolution Pro has another foundation that's, I think, rather like the custom cover drops, but that is a drop foundation, 18 shades again. The difference is that gives a luminous finish and has less full coverage. So I didn't buy that. I went in for the camouflage foundation. Now, you know that Derma Blend and Dermacon and a few of those brands have very, very full coverage foundation. So does Estee Lauder, I think, a camouflage foundation. But I prefer this one to those. I've tried the Derma Blend one and the Estee Lauder one. And this one has much better, more natural finish. It reminds me a great deal of the Huda Beauty 4-filter foundation. Now, one thing I absolutely dislike is that because it is a tube foundation, because it is a tube packaging, you can't really control the amount that comes out. I mean, you don't know how much you need. If it is a pump foundation, one pump does the trick. You know, that's something I like about pump foundations and something I dislike about tubes. So, formula-wise, very, very, very similar to the Huda Beauty 4-filter foundation. Quite thick and creamy. I don't know if you can even see that. It's sort of blending into my skin. So formula-wise, about as thick as the Huda Beauty 4-filter foundation. And quite easy to blend out as well. See, that happens when you blend it out, and it goes quite well with my skin tone. And that's fully blended, you can hardly tell. Now, one thing I don't really like is that it is slightly tacky. So translucent setting powder should do the trick, or just dabbing it with a tissue. That's how I get rid of the tackiness. There is no noticeable fragrance, so those of you who are sensitive to fragrance, this is a great foundation for you. Very easy to blend out with a flat top brush. Very, very, very pigmented. Definitely full coverage when you're using a flat top brush. Now, if at all there is a bit of acne peeking through, that's because I had a horrifying breakout, and not the foundation's fault really. Now, it is waterproof. It doesn't go away with sweat. It doesn't break out through the day. Coverage on me is demi-matte rather than flat matte. That is because I am unnaturally oily, and matte foundations often end up looking demi-matte on me, or satin matte. So, and luminous foundations end up looking like a grease fest on my oily skin. So this one is demi-matte on me. You can do with a setting powder, you needn't, it's up to you. And you can even avoid concealer with this one. Very, very good coverage there. This one or the Fast Basic Foundation, definitely this one for when I have acne. However, in warm weather, and if my skin doesn't act up and I actually have a good skin week or good skin month, the Fast Basic Foundation is a lighter choice. Now, rather than talk about a lot of, superlatives and adjectives, I think I let the demo speak for itself. This claims to hide blemishes, birthmarks, and even tattoos. Now, I don't know about birthmarks and tattoos. I do have acne, which is the result of a keratin treatment in the second week of April. And that broke me out because 4 days, all that keratin got right on my face. You're not supposed to tie up your hair either. And it broke me out along the chin, along the jawline on both sides. So I have acne, I have hyperpigmentation. And the ultimate test is for this foundation to hide those marks. Let's see if it does that. Now on this side, I used the Beauty Blender. And I think not only was it quite difficult to blend out, I didn't like the finish, and also it didn't really cover very well. Look at all that. You can see the acne peeping through. You can see the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation over there. Now on my left side, I did use a flat top brush to buff it in. This is a Sigma Flat Kabuki F80 brush. And I think it did a much better job. You could tell, the finish is much smoother, the coverage definitely fuller, and the look was entirely natural. And it was so easy to blend out over there. So this is after the rest of my face was on, highlighter, Jouer Rose Gold, blush, Lancome Pêche Juju, and Blush in Love, that is, and Medusa bronzer. So, transfer test. Tissue. Nope, that is not transfer proof. So while this foundation may not get all over your clothes if you try to take them off, or may not get all over your pillow if you decide to nap in the middle of the day with your makeup on, it is definitely not transfer proof. That is a wrong claim from them. There is some transfer. Mind you, but there is transfer. You may argue that I was quite generous with my application, but that's not the point. If you say it's transfer proof, if you claim that something is transfer proof, then it's got to be 100% transfer proof without the help of setting spray, sealing spray, setting powder, or any of those things. So that's a gripe I have with this. Another thing is that it contains a lot of silicones. So if you are sensitive to silicones, or if you break out as a result of silicones, then this might not be for you. One thing I particularly love about this foundation is that it doesn't break up around my nose, even if I get oily through the day. I could do a 24-hour test, but I'm not going to leave it on that long. I have to go out, and when I come back, there's not going to be natural lighting in this room. So I'm not going to be doing hang with me and testing through the day on video. You're going to have to take my word for it. Sorry. It does stay well through the day. There is transfer, yes, but generally I find that it is better wearing than a lot of drugstore foundations I've tried. I like this as much as I like Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Foundation, as much as I like Huda Beauty's 4-Filter Foundation, and as much as I like Armani Power Fabric Foundation. However, in terms of coverage, it's as good as Magic Foundation and Huda Beauty. It is definitely better than the Armani Power Fabric Foundation, which is less full coverage. I definitely like this much more than the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. That one, I don't know, just didn't work out for me, and I had breakouts and so on. And I didn't like how it looked on my skin. The finish wasn't very good. So if you are looking for a full coverage foundation, or if you have acne marks, blemishes, and so on to cover up, then the Revolution Pro Full Cover Camouflage Foundation does the job very well, is very affordable, and does not look unnatural on the skin, does not cake up or does not feel heavy on the skin either. It actually looks quite decent and looks like natural skin in person. And there are 18 shades, so if you can get a good match, that's a great choice. And at £7, you can't go wrong with this sort of coverage, and it wears very well through the day. So link to buy is in the description box below. They ship worldwide. So that's all from me for today. Thank you for watching this video. Please do give me a thumbs up and please hit the subscribe button. And I'll speak to you in my next video.